Welcome back to The Lounge. I'm Daddy Brad.
And I'm Daddy Clay. This episode of The Lounge is brought to you by Baby Bjorn and their very cool bouncy seat, the Babysitter Balance. Great place for the baby to rest, sleep, or play. Moving around, bounces up and down. No batteries required. Babysitter Balance.
Daddy Clay, I have a question. You know, you get your children immunized. You go and get a shot at the doctor's office. Who is it tougher on? Is it tougher on the parent or the kid?
Well, obviously it's the parent.
Yeah.
I think there's not much debate to that. I mean,
Because it's kind of that, what's that whole, hold the child down and let somebody stick a big needle in their...
yeah, I don't appreciate being recruited. They should have someone whose job that is. And they have to get lots of them. I mean, if you do the standard course of whatever it is, 10 immunizations, a lot of those require multiple, so it's like 20 or 30 times.
Yeah.
Those kids are perforated more than a roll of paper towels.
It's tough. And you know what? Here's what I don't get. We've sent people to the moon, you know? A man on the moon. We can send them to the moon. Why can't they put those immunizations in lollipops and let them just lick their immunization?
I don't know. And some of them are much worse than others. Like there's some of them, it's like, boop, and it's like a mosquito bite, the kid doesn't cry at all. And there's others, they take that thing and they bring it out and it's like, comes in a keg.
That long.
And it's like the needle is the size of a soda straw, kind of cut on a bias. And it looks like it could go through the kid.
Yeah, and the stuff, the medicine itself is like maple syrup. It's viscous, it's slow.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's terrible.
Oh,
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah,
and I hate the kids crying the whole time.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? And you're
then
holding them down.
After a couple of times, they know what's coming. And you say, okay, you're gonna go to the doctor's office, and the kid looks at you and says, are they gonna give me a shot?
And they are.
What do you
But it's
do?
not gonna hurt. And you tell them that.
You tell them.
No,
You
I don't
straight
tell
up
them.
say, because the kid is going to
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
a fit,
No,
is going to cry wail, is not going to get in that car seat, is going to fight you to the death.
Yeah, if they ask me, I tell them. And here's what I don't tell them though. When they say, is it gonna hurt? I say, damn right it's gonna hurt. Because I don't wanna tell them it's not gonna hurt.
I say, no, son, they're going to take out your appendix. And he's cool with that, as long as he doesn't give a shot.
Yeah. But so did you tell them if they ask you, is it gonna hurt? Do you tell them it's gonna hurt?
You know, I equivocate.
What do you
Well, I try to avoid the subject.
Politician answer.
It's kind of like, look, a car. You know, I mean, I try to distract them a little bit. Hey, how about a snack? You know, anything.
So you can throw it up because the pain is gonna be so great when you get your shot.
And there is nothing worse than that anticipatory
Yeah.
crying, the horror that they get when the shot starts to come.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing that really gets me. I remember shots. When I was a kid, I got some shots. And my doctor used to tell me, okay, wiggle your toes. Wiggle your toes. You're gonna be a shot in the ass. And wiggle your toes. And you know, I'm thinking, how is wiggling my toes gonna help this pain? It's not helping. Wiggle your toes. That was some anesthesia before shots. But
The
then,
only thing worse than shots that you get at the doctor's office is the one you get at the dentist office. But that's a whole other topic.
yeah, but you know what, kids? Wait until you go and have your 40-year-old checkup. If you think shots are bad as kids. Dude, they do some things. Give me 10,
That's
20
not
shots.
the subject, though. I think that's all. That's all for us this week in the lounge. If you've got some thoughts on shots,
Yeah, shots.
and your kids, go to the community there, DadLabs.com. Join the conversation. Let us know what you think is the toughest part for parents about kids getting the shots.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.